Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Kirby Dream Land 3. I managed to get Kev Kawasaki's Hard Star off-screen after beating the first two Hard Star challenges for Iceberg. And now we are going to take on the latter half of the stage, and it can be pretty difficult. And we're going to start with 4-4. So right here, we're starting off jumping over some pits that are covered by blocks, which will break under our weight. And we will have to get through this. Thankfully, I have Kine and the Cutter ability, which makes this pretty easy to get through, actually. Though there is something I'm going to have to pick up a little later. I will have to replace Cutter eventually. But for now, this does the job. Until we get over here. There's a fire dragon. You might as well swallow him to get fire because we're going to need him pretty soon anyway. And I do want to be careful on the way down because these guys will be coming after me. And I know that there will be a pet brew somewhere down here. There it is. But I want to make sure that I'm careful as I try to get it. I'm surprised that bat never got me. And I'm surprised I was able to get away from them. And if you have the fire ability, there are two doors behind these blocks of ice. The one to the left contains Ku, and the one to the right contains Rick. And we are gonna get Ku. Because why not? So now that we have Ku, we can get through this little area a little more easily. Get myself a little drink of tea there. All I have to do is just hold up as I wait, and these things will just come down. Just whenever. And then I can just speed my way to the door. Now from here, you'll be dodging a whole bunch of icicles. And if you have Ku and the fire power up, this is pretty easy to get through. As a matter of fact, this will be a little faster than usual to get through because you'll be able to rocket past all the icicles. Assuming you do use the power at the right elevation. And here, we've got to deal with these penguins that roll these snowballs at us. If they do start coming towards us, we can just duck down at the bottom of each slope and we'll be able to make our way through them, past them. And I do not like this part one bit. I'm better off being rather patient as I fly through here, because I don't know if these guys are gonna eat me or not. You just get close enough that they dive at you, and then once they head back up to where they're supposed to be, you can just hold forward and tap A to get past those guys. Now if you have if you're just on your own, you could actually just leap past all of them as soon as they start making their way up. That'll work. Usually. You just have to be running when you do it. Now, in this room, there are two fire dragons, but you have to make sure to get out of there before you are thrown into a bottomless pit by all the blocks that will break under your weight. And from here, we do want to use Ku's fire ability. We want to use the fireball ability with Ku. And we want to get into this door. And it's possible to get in here with Kine, but I'd rather use Ku because you can just dive down instantly. And we will have to wait on these blocks as always. Now there's a door, and there's Choo Choo. We're going to ride Choo Choo here. And I couldn't move left. So I was forced to go in the door there for some reason. But when we go back in, we can hold Y, then hold Y and B simultaneously. We can get off of Choo Choo here. That is so weird. Apparently you have to press a button other than left or right to go left or right when you get on a new animal buddy in this room. Like, watch, it's probably gonna do this with... Yeah! Apparently there's a bug in this room that makes it so that if you grab an animal buddy that you haven't grabbed before, you have to press another button before you can go left or right. I want to think that's a bug or a glitch. But anyway, we need to use Choo Choo and Fire to get up to this door. After using Coo to get down there in the first place. And we use Y and B simultaneously. We hold both of those buttons down. And we can get that shell. We need a shell for the Heart Star Challenge. And maybe I should have used the fire ability here, or maybe not. To get rid of this snowball guy. And this guy just keeps flying at me. Do I have to lose Choo Choo? I had to lose Choo Choo to fight this guy. Oh well, whatever. I thought I could fight this guy pretty well with Choo Choo, but that apparently is not the case. And I thought I could spit 2 snowballs at the same time at this guy, but apparently that is not going to be the case here. Basically, this guy just throws snowballs at you. He will also try to jump up and down and create snowballs whenever he lands. And if you swallow him, you can get the ice ability as well. And you want to be very careful in this room because these guys will throw these bones at you. Thankfully, I can take care of them at close range with the ice ability. But you're better off just taking it slow through here. You probably could fly up over all those guys, but I wouldn't really risk it that much. I wouldn't really risk it for the biscuit all that much. And there are some small caboos as well as a big one. Thankfully, we don't need to spit the other caboos at the big ones. We just need to use the ice ability and we can get past them. And now, we just have this room to deal with. I'm going to go ahead and use the ability to inhale here. So that way I can get rid of all the enemies that are here. And it shouldn't be long before we can take care of all the enemies here. I'm going to go ahead and use Parasol just to be safe. Because it'll definitely let me take care of the enemies here. There we go. And we can finally make our way to the exit. We gave this little snail a home. He gives us a heart star in exchange. Let's not forget to grab it. And get that one-up that we lost just for my own blunt stupidity during the mini-boss. And that is how you get the Heart Star for 5-4. 5-5 has a white cat for its picture. We need to go to Popstar. And we need to go back to 3-6. Now, we're going to need Nago, obviously, because that is a white cat. Which means that out of the 5 regular worlds in the game, Coo is the only person who does not get his own 5th stage mission dedicated to him. Everyone else in the game does. So with that in mind, we can finally go into the Obsidian Pyramid one more time. Love going in here for stuff, and I will be eventually going in here again just to do the ability video. I will do that. And now it's time to make our way to the ability room proper. Now. Alright, there we go. Need to remember to watch out for the guy with the cutter ability at the very beginning there, so that way I don't get smacked by anything. And I'll go ahead and get the... Yeah, I will go ahead and get the fire ability. It'll work wonders for our good friend Nago, who we're going to get in the right door. This door is where you can get all of the new animal buddies who debuted in this game. And Nago's right there in the center. So let's go get him. Let's exit. And let's go to 5-5. Now this stage is rather long in the tooth. Also, you can get any ability in here that you want. All 8 abilities by all 8 of the Bone Soldier guys, as I like to call them. They will be here. You can get any ability you want. I'm going to stick to fire because it does have a good distance compared to anything else. It probably has the longest distance out of the 8. And from here, we could get Keen, Kine, and Rick. We don't want Kine and Rick. And now it's time to avoid some Gordos. Remember, you have a triple jump to kind of delay or keep yourself from running into a Gordo. And we can use our fire ability to get past some of those guys. And we can also use it to get past the star blocks and the parasol guys too. And now we got the Waddle-Doo genies, or the Waddle-Dee genies rather. We can get the stars if we want to, but we don't exactly need them. And we're just gonna run straight to the right here. As long as you keep running right, those guys will give us no problem at all. And that guy would have been able to help us get 2 pet brews, but we're not really exactly needing those either. And from here we can just jump straight up to the door. Inside is Pitch and Choo Choo. We don't need Pitch and Choo Choo. We also don't want Crusher blocks either, but I can deal with those. Apparently the first 3 fall at the same time. The one on the right is a little more delayed. The 5th one drops even earlier than the others. And we can get rid of those star blocks to get rid of that big Crusher block in the center. And if we can just take it slow here. Apparently Nago doesn't exactly... Yeah, he doesn't exactly stop on a dime. He does move a little bit more before he finally stops. I'm glad I actually got Nago and Fire, because it does make it easier to deal with the Poppy Brothers on the apples. You could fly over them, but why would you want to? And now Needle guys. Don't necessarily need Needle. And it'd be great if I could take care of this guy. There we go. It would be great if I could get rid of all of them, therefore I don't take any more damage than I need to. And now I got Sparkies. I'm going to go ahead and take care of every single one of them. Well, almost every single one of them with the fire. And we can use the fire to get up to this 1-up. Hopefully we can run over there before the rock does. And we can use ice as a little bit of a shortcut to get all the way over here. We're not really not need it much more anyway. There's Koo and Kine. We don't need Koo and Kine. There is this guy who will give us Needle. Oh, he won't give us Needle. But if you use Needle on this block, you could get the 1-up. Apparently the Archer guy does not give you anything. And I'm gonna wait here, because these guys are eventually going to fly upwards, beyond the little ceiling there. With them out of the way, we can finally get the stars that are in this room. And now, we can just make our way past these spiders after getting one on the top. And we don't really need anything here, I believe. So we can just run past all the spark enemies. And if you have ice and you have a way to break those blocks, you can get another one up. Just watch out for the face guy in the ceiling there. Or the wall, rather. And now, we need to get rid of all these pterodactyl enemies. And then we can fly over, or jump rather, to this door. There's Fake Kirby. Hi, Fake Kirby. We're gonna beat you in the 100-meter dash now, for no reason. Doesn't give us anything. And there's Rick and Choo Choo. We've seen them already. If you haven't already guessed, you will probably not find Nago in this level. As a matter of fact, you will not find him in this level at all. Also, I am getting fire again, so I can get rid of all of you. And there probably is a way to break the blocks to get rid of these little spinning rows of iron balls. But if we just take our time, we can get past them. Also, these doors are not doors, they're enemies. The real door you want to go through is up top. And now we have broom enemies, which I'm not in the mood to deal with. You could get through this room very, very easily. And I believe we have one more room to go. And all of these drawings will come to life when you get close enough to them. When that happens, you do want to destroy them as soon as they start shaking. If you don't do that, well, they won't be that much of a pain to deal with, but you'll still have to fight them. And we're going to use our fire here to get rid of the kappas. And the star blocks. To get all the way over here. And you want to be very careful when you go for these stars and pet brews, because these guys will pop out of the wall here and spit projectiles at you. And you probably won't be running, and because of that, they'll be a little harder to avoid than usual. Now, mummy balls. We need to get rid of them. Especially to get rid of even, or rather to collect even more pet brews. And from here, we have just one more room. Let these little slime ball guys just take you all the way to the top. And you're done with the level. This level does feel a little long in the tooth. But as long as you have Nago and at least a fire ability with you, you'll be able to do things. And there's the white cat, who is more than happy to see Nago. We're going to leave him here. I'm going to ditch the fire ability because of the things that we're going to be able to do in 5-6. I almost forgot which world I was in. And the last Heart Star challenge in the game is this angel. This stage has some pretty wacky music. To be fair, I believe that HAL did make Earthbound. Yeah, they did make the Mother series. Therefore, you kind of get that little taste of Earthbound / Mother at the beginning of the song. HAL really knew what they were doing with the Super Nintendo sound chip late in the game. So the first set of doors you see take you to Rick, Ku, and Nago. I'm not really going to need any of them. Now, any of these rooms will take you to a useful power-up. Left is the Maximum Tomato, center is the 1-up, and I believe the right takes you to a pet... Oh, it just takes you to a star. I thought it maybe take you to a pet brew, but apparently that is not even the case at all. And I believe there's one more set of doors that give you the other 3. I'm gonna go to the left just to be safe. Yeah, you get Kine, Choo Choo, and Pitch in these doors. Once you get the second set of animal buddies, this is where the doors you go through actually matter. You want to go to the one on the left, and you want to get the spark ability. We're going to need the spark ability for what we're going to do very, very soon. And if any of these guys could just jump towards me, that'd be great. So I can get through this without taking a lot of damage. Behind these spark blocks, which you will need to spark to destroy, is a feather. Also, there is a pet brew to the left of every feather, so you can heal a little bit of damage every time you do something. Now, we're going to face Rocky. He's the stone mini-boss. He'll run into you and create a stone in his wake. Other times he'll jump and stomp the ground, which allows him to create 2 blocks. And we're going to need to swallow him for what we're going to do. This had better work. I'm only playing as Kirby on his own. Okay, you just gotta be super close to the blocks. But by using stone here, you can get the second feather. You also get another pet brew. And I'm going to send the... Well, I was about to say, I was going to send the star in him when he was full, but he just jumped right there. And now we're going to face the Parasol boss the old-fashioned way. He should be kicking a sandal at us very soon. Why isn't he doing it? There he is. There it goes. Apparently, he seems to only want to do it in midair. Maybe I should have just taken the stone power with me and just waited on hitting him with it. Come on, give me the sandal. Come on. Or you can just do that and just be a jerk to me and use RNG as your reasoning. And apparently fighting this guy without an ability is so hard. Oh, come on! Do you have to jump every time? Apparently, if I jump, I may be able to get him to kick the parasol or the sandal a bit more. I mean, that's the hypothesis, but it seems to be working. Well, that didn't get him to do it that time. Ow. And he's just going to do the spin again. Come on. Oh, now you want to do it. There you go. That will get rid of him, and we need to swallow him to get the parasol ability to get another feather. There are 7 feathers in all in this stage, and you need to complete them all to get the Heart Star challenge. Now what's this guy gonna do? I'm gonna wait for him to move first. Wait for that to disappear. Spit that at him. And then I'm gonna fight him like normal. There we go. And it's a good thing I got all 3 of those at once, because that made it easier to beat this guy and get the ice ability, which we will need for, you guessed it, another feather and another pet brew. Well, maybe not the pet brew, but you'll probably be breaking those star blocks with the ability you have anyway. And now, we're going to ditch the ice ability. I'm going to wait for it to disappear first, just to be completely safe. And we're going to get Cutter from one of the 3 Sir Kibbles in this room. Go through the door. Use Cutter to get the other feather that is here. Done. Next. Oh, it's the broom. I am not a big fan of the broom. At least this guy is a little easy to fight compared to some of the other mini-bosses in this game. And we're gonna need the broom ability because you guessed it, we need it to get another of these feathers. You can definitely get some final level vibes out of this area. Wait for him to bounce once, then spit what is of him, spit his essence at him once he hits the wall and drops it. Bounce once, spit. Just like that. At least I have the timing down for this a little better than, say, some of the other bosses. You don't fight the mini-boss in this game often enough, and I find that a crying shame, because Kirby mini-bosses are kind of cool. And of course we need the fire ability, because, gee, I wonder why. And I am now on full health, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to wait for this guy to attack, then send the ability at him, then send his spikes at him. That's how you play the guitar on the MTV when it comes to the Spike mini-boss. You know, I'm surprised he hasn't tried to ram towards me and into the wall in the process. Because I know he did that in Dreamland 2. I'm guessing this is the only attack he has, but he can. There we go. I was wondering if he would do that. Let's get Needle. We need it for another feather. So every time you see a enemy that carries an ability, you want to get their ability, because that's the only way you're going to get all the feathers in this stage. And get the Heart Star when you get out of here. We help rebuild this angel's wings. Let's get the last Heart Star so that way we don't have to worry about Heart Stars anymore. And that wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but I will take that. And next up is King DDD himself. If we can beat him, hopefully we'll throw a wrench into Dark Matter's plans. But I'm pretty sure that just like last time, Dark Matter won't be taking that line down, and we may have to face Dark Matter too. But we will have to find out for sure in the next video. Join me next time where we take on King DDD. Now that we have every Heart Star in Iceberg as well as every Heart Star in the game. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!